Now we will try to solve the following problems, no, using double integration methods. So this is a determinate beam, meaning you can actually solve the reactions as the support by just using the equilibrium equations. Now, so the next step is to solve for the slope and deflection at point B, the maximum deflection, the slope and deflection at C, the maximum deflection, and then we are going to locate determine the location of the maximum deflection from the left support. Okay, so how do we solve this? Obviously, first thing to do is we solve the reactions at the supports. Okay, let's a moment at point B to calculate the reaction at A. Hindi ko napapakita yung solution, pero sige, let's try. Solve natin. Mag-moment tayo sa A. Moment ako sa A. Assume ko na upward yung, moment ako sa D. Assume ko na upward yung reaction dito. So, X times, this is 8 meters, tama no? Minus 10 times uniform load 5 times ang distance niya 2.5 plus 1, di ba? Moment ako sa D. Minus 25 times 4 may plus kasi clockwise to plus 20 equals to 0. Shift solve natin. May 20. 31.875. Mali. Ba't ganun? 8 ba to? Times 5 2 plus 1. 25. 15 lang pala yung concentrated moment. So, solve natin. Yan, 32.5. So, dito sa left support. So, what I do, para hindi ako magkamali sa reaction pa lang, kasi this is just the first step, no? Pag nagkamali ka pa lang sa reaction agad, wala na, mali na lahat, no? Para hindi ako nagkakamali sa reaction, instead of summing forces vertical, I actually, moment naman ulit ako doon sa A, no? Moment muna ako sa A para ma-sure ko na tama yung reaction. So, ganito lang class. Moment ka naman sa A without using muna yung answer dito. No? So, moment ako sa A. So, that is 10 times 5, the uniform load, times 2.5 plus yung 2 meters. And clockwise ulit, 25 times 4. Then clockwise na 15 minus the reaction at D times 8. So, equal to 0. 0. Shift solve. Siguro mga sagot. Yan. The 42.5, no? These are the reactions. So how can I sure na correct yung sagot ko? 'Di ba meron pa natitirang summing forces vertical, hindi pa natin nagamit. So using summing forces vertical, so downward negative 10 times 5 minus 25, then plus the vertical reactions upward, okay, plus 42.5. 0. Diba? So, meaning, you are 100% sure na tama yung reaction sa supports. No? That's the first thing to do. Always check if your reactions are correct. Kasi pag mali ka na agad sa reactions pa lang, wala na. Wala ka nang itatama dito na sagot. Kasi hindi yun yung tanong dito eh. Deflections and rotations ang hinahanap sa atin. Okay. So, now we are going to create a moment functions. No? Dito sa ating beams. After solving the reactions at the support, since this is determinate beams, you can easily solve the reactions at the supports. Pag indeterminate beams na kasi, hindi mo pa siya masosolve. Okay? So, for the reactions, for the indeterminate beams, hindi mo siya agad masosolve. For determinate, solve na agad yung reaction. So, how do we start the so for the double integration method, you always need to start with the creation of moment functions. Remember, you created moment functions from the mechanics of deformable bodies. However, nung gumawa kayo, per ano siya, no? Per every before the change of the loading. So, example, isang moment function dito, isang moment function dyan, di ba, sa cutting section na yan. Isang moment function sa cutting section na to, kada nagkakaroon ng changes sa load, di ba? Moment function and another moment function. Yun yung ginawa niyo before dun sa um, mechanics of deformable bodies sa shear and bending, drawing the shear and bending moment diagrams. No, ganun yung ginawa nyo. However, sa ating theory of structures, so dito, ang technique natin, gagawa tayo ng single na moment diagram, moment functions that will represent every segment. No, meron tayo ditong 5 segment. Paano mo malalaman na may 5 segment ka? Kada nagbabago yung load mo. Okay, so nagbago yung load. So this is the first segment, second segment, bago yung load, may concentrated. So, continuous load, then bago ulit dahil may concentrated moment, bago ulit dahil naputol, and then this is our last segment. So, instead of having this 5 segment, so we will just have one cutting section. Dito tayo magkakaroon ng moment function. Diyan tayo magmo-moment, diyan sa cutting section na yan. And that cutting section is actually moving at a distance x from left to right. So, which will represent the moment function kay of all the segments para sa lahat na ng segment yan. Ang 5 segment na nagbabago-bago yung moment diagram. Now, the problem here is your cutting section should act on the last segment and should also cut the uniform load. However, yung uniform load natin hanggang dito lang. So, what are we going to do is to extend this uniform load para masama siya sa cutting section. You always extend this up to your final segment. Sir, paano yan? E di nagbago na yung ating, supposedly ito yung reaction dahil nagdagdag ka ng load, magbabago yan, di ba? Pag nagdagdag ka ng load, ginagawa lang yan class sa mga varying loads, no? Let's say you have the triangular load, no? Putol siya. So, i-extend mo lang siya. Ganyan. So, di ba? Lalagyan natin siya ng extension lagi. Okay, katulad nito, uniform load, extend mo siya dito. Pero hindi na magiging pantay yung ating loadings. Kasi nagdagdag ka eh. Tama ba? Hindi na siya same sa previous loading. So, ang gagawin mo is just to negate it by an upward uniform load. Kung triangular yan, kung ito yung dinagdag mo, magdagdag ka ng trapezoid dito. Just negate. No, kung ano yung value neto, yun din yung magiging value neto. Pero upward lang. Okay? So, yun yung mangyayari dito, class, no? So, bago ka mag-create ng moment function, for the cutting section, mula dito, a distance x yung ipoprovide natin, but you have to extend your uniform load. Yan. Meron ka ring upward dyan. Para itong ating cutting section will represent any part of your cutting section. Pero wala na dito, wala nang uniform load yan ha. Okay, dito lang sa dulo. Okay? So, dito tayo magmo-moment sa cutting section na yan. Okay, to establish the moment function. Okay, moment as a function of x. So, moment natin isa-isa yung mga loads natin. This is a distance x, no? From the left support. Okay, so clockwise is positive yung ating gagamitin na sign convention for taking moment. So, 32.5 times, again, that is a distance x, no? Kasi this cutting section is moving. Nilagay lang muna natin siya sa dulo, no? Pero moving yan, yung cutting section na yan, ha? Okay, times distance x. And then, minus the uniform load. So, the uniform load. Okay, so, hanggang dito lang uniform load na yung moment natin, ha? Okay, ano ba ang distance ng uniform load na yan? Ano ba yung length niya? If we are going to check, ito, ano ba yung length niya? Kasi we need to get the resultant of that, no? If this is x, okay, bawasan mo lang ng length na to. That is 2 meters. So, taking moment, counterclockwise yan, papunta sa cutting section. So, that is 10 times x minus 2. Kasi this is x. Okay, this is x. Then, bawasan mo ng 2. Kaya, ang length niya, x minus 2. Resultant pa lang yan, class. We also need the distance. Okay, so, ang distance niya, yan, punta sa cutting section. That is x minus 2 over 2. Okay. So, next, we now have the uniform load. Okay. Yung downward uniform load. Ito pa, 25, counterclockwise. papunta dito. So, negative din yan, negative 25. How about its distance from the cutting section? Ano distance niya? This is x, bawasan mo lang, ng 4. X minus 4. Then we have the concentrated moment. So, that is clockwise. So, plus 15 kilonewton meters. Okay? Pero, pag naglalagay tayo ng moment class, di ba alam natin na wala namang distance yan because that is already a moment. However, for this moment function, lalagyan natin siya ng distance, no? Ano distance niya papunta dito sa cutting section? This is x minus 6 meters, no? Pero, naka-raise to 0. Para 0 lang din ito, class. So, later on, you will see the purpose of this distance, no? So far, sa moment, um, wala pa siyang dulot, no? Wala pa siyang ambag sa moment. Itong x minus 6 raised to 0. Kasi any number raised to 0 is just equal to 1. Parang 1 lang dito. Wala ring na-multiply sa 15. So, clockwise moment. And then finally, do not forget ito, no? Baka makalimutan nyo to, guys. Nagdagdag tayo dito ng upward, which will cause clockwise moment. At ang distance nyo lang, ano distance lang nito? Yung length ng load na yan. So, x minus, madali lang naman maghanap ng distance. Ima-minus mo lang yung nadaanan niyang distance lagi, no? So, the distance is x minus 7. Okay? So, clockwise, uniform load. Clockwise, kaya positive. So, uniform load. Resultant pa lang yan. And then the distance is x minus 7 over 2. Okay, simplify lang natin, class. This is now your moment functions. So, ito na yung magre-represent ng moment at any section of your beam. Okay, halimbawa, you want to get the moment at this cutting section. Moment at distance. Find the moment. Sinanong ka, determine the moment at a distance of 1 meter. Okay, edi gagamitin mo lang tong equation mo. Moment daw at the distance 1 meter. I-substitute mo lang dito yung 1. So, i-simplify muna natin, no? Moment function is actually your EIY double prime. No? So, ito yung moment function, equal din siya sa EIY double prime from the derivation natin. No? So, simplify lang natin. So, ito yung magiging 5 minus x squared kasi may over to dito. Yan. Ito yung magiging ganyan pa rin. Ito ay 10 minus 5 na lang. No? So, pag tinanong ka, find the moment at a distance 1 meter. So, substitute mo lang dito yung 1 meter, pero, ito ang palatandaan, class, no? Kapag nag-negative yung loob, halimbawa, nag-negative ng ating bracket, ilagay natin pointed bracket. Okay? Hindi siya simpleng bracket lang, class. So, sa numerical solutions, may tawag dyan sa pointed bracket na yan. Okay? Sa subject yun ng numerical solutions to see problems. Okay, so, pag so, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin. It should not be included on your equation. Halimbawa, dito ka lang nag-solve. Moment dito. Eh, di ba hindi mo pa naman nakikita itong mga load na to? Pag dito ka nag-moment from the left support, wala tong mga load na yan. Or, in other words, pag nag-negative yung loob ng pointed bracket, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung mga terms na yon. Kaya bawal mong gamitin. Halimbawa, pinapahanap ka sa'yo. Determine the moment at a distance of 1 meter. So, ito lang gagamitin mo. 32.5 0.5 times 1 meter. O yun. Yun yung moment. Determine the moment at distance of 2.5 meters. Okay, determine the moment at the distance of 2.5 meters from the left support. Masasolve mo yan. So, ano lang yung applicable na terms. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin to. Okay, kasi pag nag 2.5 ka dito, minus 4 is a negative. Negative, negative din yan. Okay, pag nag-arrange ka pala ng moment, i-moment mo isa-isa mula sa left papuntang right. Tingnan mo yung arrangement ko, class, ng mga mino-moment natin. Mula sa left papuntang right. Para yung distances nila, naka-arrange din. Tignan nyo, class. Minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 7. Diba? Naka-arrange yung distances nila. These are the moment values will represent the moment values any point of your cutting sections. Okay? Na lahat yun. Kasi sa mechanics kasi ata, ang ginawa nyo doon, per segment, gumagawa kayo ng equation. So dito, pangkalahatang equation na ang ginawa natin. Applicable siya kahit anong cutting section. Bawa, find the moment at 4 meters. Napahanap at distance 4 meters or at point B, identify the moment. Substitute mo lang. Ano ba yung distance sa point B, 'di ba? 4 meters 'yan. 4. 4 to. 4 ito. Applicable ba itong 4 minus 7? Hindi, magne-negative. 4 minus 6, bawal mo rin siya ilagay. 4 minus 4 is just 0. So, kahit di mo na ilagay, 0 lang din naman yun. So, ito lang ilalagay mo sa equation mo. Okay. 32.5 times 4 minus 5 times 4 minus 2 square. Okay? So, yun yung rule natin, no? When creating a moment function, yung nasa loob ng pointed bracket, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng negative values. Right? Gets ba yun, class? Mag-substitute tayo. Bawal magkaroon ng negative values. Pag pina-identify yung moment na yon. Okay? Now, that is your moment functions. Next thing to do is to perform first integration to get the slope equation. So, we will just the integration para ito ay magiging y prime na lang. Okay? So, because y prime, di ba, represents to the slope of your equation. Slope. Okay? Yung slope yon. So, kailangan natin makuha yung slope ng ating moment diagram or moment equation. Madali lang naman yung integration natin dito kasi algebraic lang ito, no? So, pag nag-integrate, di ba, nagpa-plus 1 lang tayo sa exponent and then divided by the exponent, no? So, 32.5 magiging x raised to 2 na siya from originally 1. Magiging 2 na yung exponent over 2. Kung ano yung exponent mo, yun yung denominator. O, ganun din dito. So, magiging cube na to over 3. So, dito, ganun din dito, magiging raised to squared over 2. So, remember, kanina, nilagyan natin tong moment na to ng 0. So, sa moment function, wala talaga siyang purpose. Kasi kahit anong ilagay mo dito, lagi namang naka-raise to 0 to. 1 pa rin yung magiging loob dito. Again, pero bawal na mag-negative to, ha? Okay, so ngayon magkaka-purpose na siya kasi magiging raise to 1 na siya, no? Okay, so 15x minus 6 raised to 1 over 1. Makikita na natin. Meron kasi siyang yung moment kasi, meron siyang contribution pagdating doon sa yung distance niya, class, na may contribution na siya pagdating doon sa ating slope equation. Kailangan na natin consider yung distance. Okay? And then, plus, finally, cube to, no? Cube over 3. Of course, do not forget pag nag-integrate, no? Do not forget the constant of integration, T1. First constant of integration natin. Next, simplify lang natin. Up to you kung simplify nyo pa siya or pwedeng ganyan na rin bago kayo third step natin, which is the second integration. Pero sige, simplify lang natin. 35.2 over 2, tuloy tumaas. Sige, para whole number lang yung nakita natin na walang decimal. Depende yung solution nyo. Pwedeng hindi nyo na-simplify, pwedeng hindi. Pwedeng sige lang, i-simplify nyo lang. Wala namang kaso yan. Ito lang, 12.5. Adi, yan na lang din. Para whole number. 15. So, 5 over 3. T1. Okay? This is now your slope equation. And third step is perform second integration to get the deflection equation. No? The second integration is your deflection equation. So from y prime, magiging y na lang siya. So you have 65 over 4. Magiging x cube na siya, no? Over 3. Ito naman, copy lang natin yung constant. Magiging x raised to 4. Magiging raised to 4 na to, over 4. Okay. Then this one, magiging cube over 3. Ito naman, squared over 2. This one, raised to 4 over 4. And of course, magkakaroon na rin to ng x. Then, do not forget the constant of integration every time you integrate. Okay, so now, you now have the moment equation, you now have the slope equation. So, you can now solve the slope at any point of your beam. Okay? Slope, pero dapat malaman mo muna yung value ng C1 as well as C2 para ma-solve mo naman yung deflection ng point ng beam natin anywhere of the beam. So, solve natin yung C1 and C2. Paano natin yun masosolve? Anyway, simplify muna natin to. Yan. 4 times 3, 12. Yung denominator na lang, i-multiply natin. X, this one is 15 over 2. So, this one is 5 over 12. Okay, so, that is the slope and deflection equation. But you have to solve first the values of the C1 and C2 using boundary conditions. Okay? Boundary conditions. So, it was already discussed, no? Excuse me. Boundary condition, guys. Discuss din siya sa previous. Mention din siya, no? Doon sa, ayan, boundary conditions, yung slope at saka deflection at a given support. Diba? For a fixed support, wala siyang deflection, wala rin siyang slope. Zero yung deflection, zero yung slope. Sa mga roller and hinge, ay walang deflection, pero may slope yan. Yung curve natin, kasi, di ba, may slope yan. Ay, hindi zero yung slope dyan. Okay, so that will be the boundary condition. Identify the support conditions. No? Just check the support. So, tingin ka lang sa support. So, support A. Okay. Ano yung masasabi nating zero dyan? Yung slope o yung deflection? Okay. So, obviously, hindi naman zero yung slope, di ba? Kasi magro-rotate yan dito sa A. Di ba? Hinge yan, nagro-rotate-rotate yan. So, may slope yan, pero ang deflection yan ay zero. Kasi support yan eh. Hindi naman yan bababa. Okay. Wala pa tayo dun sa mga problem na nagkakaroon ng settlement yung support ha. Okay. So, at x is equal to 0, so we can clearly see that the slope, the deflection, yung y represents the deflection, y is equal to 0. So meaning, pwede mo magamit itong condition na yan later on. Okay? Next, ano pa yung makikita natin? At isa, so doon sa other support, so which is located at 2, 4, 6, 8, at x is equal to 8, your deflection is also equal to 0. You just need two conditions dito. Dalawa lang naman yung condition na kailangan mo. Kasi you have two unknowns. So, if you have two unknowns, C1 and C2, you just need two conditions. Wala ka nang dapat hanapin. Kung ilan yung constant of integration mo, yun din dapat yung number of boundary conditions na ma-perform natin. Right? So, okay na tayo dyan? Okay. So now, let's use these boundary conditions to solve the C1 and C2. Okay. Since puro deflection ito, di ba? Ito lang gagamitin natin. Deflection equations. Okay, so at x is equal to 0, substitute natin. Okay, solve for C1 and C2. Okay, so at x is equal to 0, substitute natin. So, at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Kung 0 na to, edi 0 na lahat to. So, 0 lang, substitute mo, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Pero again, we have to exclude all those terms that will give you negative doon sa loob ng pointed bracket natin. You have to exclude this. You have to exclude this. Exclude natin. Exclude. 0 na rin naman to. Yan. May 0 din to. 0. 0 sinubstitute mo at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. So what is the value of C2? Okay. C2 is equal to 0. So i-exclude natin yung mga nag-negative yung sa loob. 0 rin naman na ito 0 na ito. So C2 is equal to 0. Value na tayo ng C2. Actually, ganun lagi yung nangyayari. Kapag yung support mo, nasa dulo, yung value ng C2, ikis. Tandaan nyo yung class. No? Pero pag nandito na yung support, ganyan. Hindi na mag-0 yung C2 dyan. Kapag at a distance pa from the left support. From the leftmost part of your beam. Okay. For every type of this beam that the support is at the leftmost part, C2 is always equal to 0. Lagi yan, no? Next, we have the C2 now. Let's use this another boundary condition. At x is equal to 8, y is equal to 0. So this will be 0, then substitute x is equal to 8, x is equal to 8, x equal to 8, x equal to 8, x is equal to 8, and lahat yan may 8. 0 na yung C2 natin. So, ayan, medyo mahaba siya. Kailangan mo lang siyang i-type sa calcu. Makukuha mo dito yung C1 natin. Okay? So, for C1, if you're solving the C1 here, masosolve dyan class. Kasya naman yan sa calcu, guys. Hindi kasya, edi isa-isahin mo. Lagyan mo ng value isa-isa. No? Then solve for C1. Wala na makakancel dyan kasi positive to eh. Positive. Positive to. Positive. Positive din yan. Wala na makakancel dyan na terms. Lahat yan included sa pag-solve ng C1. Okay. So, ang unit niyan, 249.6351. Ano palang unit niyan, class, no? Ng value ng mga constant natin of integrations. Okay. Magkaiba yung unit ng C1 tsaka C2. Sa C1 kasi, okay, yun yung first constant ng first integration natin, which is the slope equation. Ano ba yung unit ng slope? Ano yung unit ng slope natin? So yung 32.5 times x is a moment. Moment is kilonewton meter. Ang ginawa mo, yung distance, in-integrate mo. Di ba tataas ng unit yun ng +1? So kung meter ka, pagdating mo dito sa slope, magiging kilonewton square meter na siya. Tumaas ng unit ng +1. O yung distance, no, yung tinataas natin yung unit. So, ibig sabihin, yung C1 natin, ang unit niyan class, is kilonewton square meter. Okay, next. For the slope naman, C2 is the constant of integration, ng deflection rather. Okay, so, tataas din natin ulit to by integration. So, magiging cubic meter na siya. So, that is the unit nito. Okay? So, naka-equate yan sa EI over EIY. E is the moment of inertia. E is the modulus of elasticity. I is the moment of inertia. So, yan. Yun yung unit ng kada term na to, ha? So, kilonewton square meter. So, may C1 ka na and C2. Okay. Already have C1 and C2. Pwede na natin siyang ilagay dito sa ating slope equation and deflection equation. So, pag pinapasolve tayo, ibalikan lang natin, 10 lang ata. 100 ba to? 10 lang yun 10 kilonewton per meter. 10 lang to. 10. Hindi 100. 10 lang yun guys ha. Mali ako. Yeah. Okay, 10 lang to, 10. 10 lang siya. 10 kilonewton per meter. So, yun eh. Now, papasolve na sa atin guys, yung at letter A, we are looking for the slope at B and then slope, ganito yung itsura ng slope no, theta B or y prime B and the deflection at B. Pwedeng ganito yung denote nyo ng deflection, yung ganyan, big letter delta as small letter delta pala to. Okay, and then ito, y sub B, deflection at B. So, ang B natin is at x is equal to 4, di ba? So, ganyan, madali na lang. Kung meron ka ng slope equation, substitute mo na siya dyan. Okay, so 4 meters. 4 meters. 4. 0 naman na to. Wala na rin to, no? Ito, 4. Nag-negative. Nag-negative. So, bawal yan, ha? Mag-negative. Okay? So, lahat na nasa loob ng pointed bracket, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng negative value dyan. Yan, nilagyan na natin yung value ng C1. C2 naman is 0, eh. No? Negative value ng C1 natin. Then, solving this, 0 naman na to, no? Okay. Solving this will give you, let me just check na kung 65 over 4 times 4 squared minus 5 over 2, 5 over 2, 3 pala. 5 over 3 times 2 cube. 2 cube na lang yun, no? Tira, ito 0 minus 249.65. Yan, tama. Negative. Yung slope is negative 2.969 kilonewton ha per square meter. Pero kasi, okay, may value tayo ng EI. EI natin is equal to 50,000 kilonewton per square meter. Okay. Given yung EI. E is modulus of elasticity. I is moment of inertia. Nung material natin, itong concrete beam, let's say this is a beam, kung ano man siyang materialis, kukunin mo yung modulus of elasticity niya, saan ba siya gawa? Pag steel, di ba, 200,000 gigapascal. Yung moment of inertia niya, ano ba cross-section niya? Solve the moment of inertia. Okay, so, now, EIY prime B yan, kaya may EI pa. So, para eliminate yung unit nito, so divide natin by value ng EI. Ang unit ng EI is also kilonewton per square meter. Bakit naging kilonewton per square meter ang unit ng EI? E, modulus of elasticity, gigapascal. Gawin na lang nating kilopascal, kilonewton per meter. Unit ng E. Unit ng I, millimeter raised to 4. Gawin nating meter raised to 4. Diba? Cancel. Ano matitira? Squared. Diba? So, kilonewton square meter ang unit ng EI or flexural rigidity. The higher the value of EI, the stronger the material is. No? Okay. Kaya maganda pinapataas lagi yung yung modulus of elasticity at yung kanyang moment of inertia. Pag malaki kasi yung value nitong EI, lumiliit yung slope. Ibig sabihin ng slope yung rotation, no? Paano siya nagro-rotate? Mas maliit yung rotation, mas maliit, mas maganda, no? Na output. So, magiging unitless to, guys, no? Ang rotation kasi natin, class, is unitless. In radian siya, no? In radian. So, this is your answer. Negative 5.938 radians. Pwede mo siyang i-convert into degrees if you were asked to solve your answer in degrees. So, for every 180 degree, you have pi. Convert mo sa degrees. So, this is your answer. Sobrang liit lang nung rotations, no? In actual, hindi mo makikita yan, class, eh. Yung mga rotations na yan, nung beam natin. Okay, that is negative 0.034. What does the negative means? Clockwise yung rotation niya. Yung ibig sabihin ng clockwise rotation, diba? Kasi dito sa beam na to, if you are going to draw the elastic beam na ito, elastic beam, no? Or elastic curve rather, pag ganito kasi yun eh. Pag ganito. Dito na siya siguro aangat. Okay. So negative yung slope niya, clockwise yun. Kapag the drawing natin yung tangent line dyan, So, pag ganito pa siya, ibig sabihin pa downward pa siya. Pa downward pa. O paano pag positive yung sagot mo dyan? So, dapat, kung positive yung sagot mo dito sa slope mo, so ganito dapat yung answer mo dyan. So, pag ganito siya. Yan. Ito yung mas lowest point. Yan. Kung positive yung sagot mo ha, so sa point na to, pataas pa siya. Pataas yung slope. Yan. Kung positive yung answer mo, pag ganyan dapat yung slope mo. Dito pa. Okay? So, lowest point kasi ng isang curve, tatandaan nyo class, parang sa calculus lang to, ang lowest point ng isang curve is always 0 yung slope. Kaya makakatulong din sa atin yan para na-identify natin kung nasaan yung zero na slope. Okay? Since positive yung sagot natin dito, class, negative rather, so clockwise yung rotation niya. So, possible, yung zero na slope ay nasa right side pa ng B. To the right side pa ng B. Hahanapin kasi natin later on yung zero slope na yan. Nasa right side pa siya ng B ha. Nalaman natin yan dahil negative pa rin yung slope at point B. Parang puro downward yung ating curvature doon. Downward, tsaka lang siya mag-upward siguro after ng B. Okay, so anyway, this is your answer for the slope at B. Now, let's solve the deflection at B. Obvious naman yung deflection dyan pababa, no? Kasi yung mga load natin, puro downward eh. So, this is obvious na ang deflection mo rin, negative dapat ang mukha mong answer. Let's see kung negative dapat ang lalabas dyan. At a distance 4 meters, no, we are solving the deflection at point B. Okay, so let's substitute 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Pero bawal yung magne-negative yung loob. Yan. Bawal yung magne-negative yung loob. Ito, 0 na rin naman to. Wala ka na makukumpute dyan. So, ang makukuha mo dyan is negative 658.548 kilonewton per cubic meters. Ayan yung unit na itong kada terms na to. Even ito pala, C1 times distance, no? Kilonewton per cubic meter, yung unit niyan. Okay? So, pero yung final answer, deflection must be represented in millimeters, no? So, if we have values of EI, okay, so divide lang natin over EI yan. Divided by over EI, as you can see, may matitirang unit dito na meters, no? But, deflection should not be represented in meters kasi sobrang liit lang ng deflection. Wala naman tayong 1 metro na deflection ng ating beam. Sobrang laki na nun, guys. Okay? Okay, so divided by natin by 50,000 na value ng EI. So in meters, liit lang yan, no? Okay? We actually express this in millimeters. Actually express that. So that is 13.171 millimeters. So pababa siya from original point B. Bababa siya ng 13 millimeter dahil sa load na ito. No? Mga load na nandiyan dyan. Right. So, yun. Okay. Yan na, may sagot na tayo sa ating first question. Slope and deflection point B. Any question, guys? Question so far? This is actually the easiest method, the double integration method, compared to the other solutions. Because it is just numerical, no, solutions. Yung pagdating natin sa mga susunod na mga solutions, yung sa second topic natin, moment area method, more on diagrams na siya. Okay? Figures, geometry. Yan, gagamit na tayo ng geometry doon. But dito, more on numericals talaga siya. Algebraic equations, integrations. So if you are good in numerical values, so mahabang solution, this is best for you guys, no? So kung careful ka sa mga mahabang solution. Ang downside kasi ng double integration method, mahaba yung solution. Mag-generate ka kasi ng moment function. Anyway, you can see naman yung magiging comparison nito kapag nag-jump na tayo sa other method naman, no? So, sige. Next, i-solve natin yung, ano naman, na yung deflection sa point C. Same approach pa rin. If we are asked to solve for the slope, use the slope equation. Substitute kung ano ba yung required na distance. So that point C is a distance of 6 meter from the left support. Okay. So, ano lang natin, no? Substitute lang natin yung 6 meters. So, 6 meters. May mga cancel ba? Na natin. Pag nag-6 yan, positive to, positive. 0 naman to. So, kahit wag mo na isulat nyo sa calculus, 0 naman na to, no? Ito negative, wag mo isama, ha? Negative yan. So, then this one is, tama yan, of course. So, kung may isama to, ha? Ito rin, kahit di mo nasama sa calculus, 0 naman na yung answer niya. Okay, 0 na to, eh. 0. Huh? Okay, so, ayan. Answer natin dyan, 178.6979 kilonewton square meters. Divide by EI. O, in radians yung nakukuha niyo lagi dito, guys. Ah. Divide mo by EI, yung slope, no? Ang radiant kasi, unitless yun. No, unitless ang radians. Tandaan nyo. So, kung gusto mo magka-unit yan, naka-degrees. Convert sa degrees. Yung liit ng radians na nakikita mo. 0.205 positive. No? Positive yung kanyang slope, positive slope. So, what does it mean? A positive slope is a clockwise rotation of your elastic curve. Okay. So, di ba sa B? Di ba sa B? Negative slope. So, sa C, positive slope. So, ibig sabihin galing dito, kasi walang deflection to. Ito yung elastic curve, no? Ayan. Positive slope siya. So, ang tendency class, andi dito yung lowest point ng ating curve. Dito sa segment B to C. No? So, kasi positive na yung slope mo dito. Ito negative yung slope. Negative yung tangent line mo kala. Tangent line. Ito tangent line. Okay, from horizontal, you rotate clockwise. Kaya negative yan kanina. From horizontal, you rotate counterclockwise. So, positive ang counterclockwise. Okay? So, deflection naman. Obviously, negative pa rin yung deflection dyan. Pababa yung mga loads mo eh. Kakaroon ka lang ng positive deflection pag may mga pataas ka na load, no? Okay. So, for the deflection, so at 6 meters, substitute lang. Huwag mo na isama to. Negative naman to. Ito 0. Okay, so, 6, no? 6 meters. Lagyan mo lang dyan 6. 6, 6. And then 6. So, ito yung deflection natin. Negative. Dapat yung lumabas dyan, no? Downward eh. Divided by your EI. So, this one. Meters yan. Okay, so i-express mo in millimeters. 9 point. Pag nakakuha ka kalas ng meter na deflection, nakakabahan ka na dapat kasi mali yung sagot mo na yun. Pagka 1 metro yung deflection mo, ha? Okay, kasi wala tayong ganung kalaking deflection na sobrang laki. Right? Millimeters lang yan. Even the rotations. Okay, siguro papalo to ng 1 degree. Laki na nga yung 1 degree na yun eh. Okay, pero pagka nakakuha ka na ng 35 degrees, ganyan, 45 degrees, kitang-kita mo na yun eh. Diba? 30 degrees. Ano ba? Ang 45 degrees, ganito, di ba? Imagine mo yung beam mo, kita mo na yung pag-rotate niya. Kasi yung rotation at deflection, hindi natin nakikita yan. No? In actual, sobrang liliit lang yan sa ating beam. Unless unrealistic na yung in-apply mo na load. Okay, so that's it, no? For the slope at B tsaka sa C, madali pa siya kasi direct lang yung ina-apply natin ng mga distances. What if, ito na yung tinanong, determine, okay, the maximum deflection, yung lowest point ng ating elastic curve. Find the maximum deflection. Kanina class, nakatulong na pag dinoy mo kasi elastic curve nito, alam natin na pababa pa sa point kasi yung positive. Pa dito, pababa rin dito. Somewhere here from B to C, yung ating maximum deflection. Baka nandito. Maximum. Pero hindi natin alam yung exact distance niyan, class, ha? Hindi natin alam yung exact distance. So, we cannot solve the deflection. Tayo exercise substitute dyan. Okay? Okay? So, how can we identify the maximum deflection? You have to maximize this equation. Maximize the deflection. Diba from your differential calculus, we can maximize the y, no, by integrating, taking the derivative, no, taking of the derivative of y, no, with respect to its x. So, and set that natin derivative y with respect to x, yung maximum niyan, di ba, dapat yan ay 0 kasi yung dy over dx, that is the slope of the curve. And if the slope of the curve is 0, ibig sabihin yan, it's either the lowest point, no, 0 yung slope, or your highest point, no, of the curve. The slope is 0, that is the maxima or minima. Maxima minima sa differential calculus. Mabot natin. Ba, pag pinuha mo yung first derivative yan, babalik ka lang dito. Yung first derivative niya, ito yun. Okay. Balik ka dito, first derivative niya. And kunin mo yung 0 na slope. At slope is equal to 0. Makikita yung value ng x, no, ng ating maximum deflection. So at maximum deflection, your y prime must be equal to 0. Your slope must be equal to 0. Okay, so gawin natin. Punta tayo dito sa slope equation. Okay, so 0 natin yung slope. And then, so solve natin yung value ng x. Okay? Solve natin yung value x. Now, question. Can we use all the terms netong slope equation? Can we use all the terms of this slope equation? Gamit ba natin? When solving the value of x, dapat ba natin gamitin lahat ng terms na ito? Okay. Hindi po. Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin lahat ng terms. Unless dito mo sinusolve yung maximum deflection. You are expecting na nandito yung maximum deflection. Pa natin ina-expect mag-a-appear yung maximum deflection? Ba dito? Yan. So, dapat yung x natin is greater than, x must be greater than 4 but less than 6. Okay? Hindi siya pwedeng lumampas ng 6. Or hindi siya lalampas dito sa point C. Okay? So, ano yung mga pwedeng gamitin natin kung yung x natin ay hindi lalampas ng 6? So, kailangan mong exclude na to. If your x will not exceed 6, tanggalin mo na to. Tanggalin mo na yan sa equation mo. X is greater than 4, kasama pa to. Tanggalin siya, ha? Okay. So, ngayon, pag sinubstitute mo na siya, okay, so, okay. Kapag ginamit mo yung buo, ha? Okay, let's say, sir, pwede ko bang gamitin yung buong equation? So, ito ilalabas, ha? Nasagot. 4.489. Okay, 4.489. Tama ba yan? Mali yan, class. Ginamit mo yung buong equation. Okay, pag ginamit mo kasi yung buong equation, ibig sabihin, you are expecting na nandito yung value ng x mo. Ginamit mo yung buong equation eh. Dapat nalalabas mo na value ng x is 2, 4, 6, 7 point something. Ginamit mo buo na to eh. Kasama to eh. So, dapat ang lalabas na value ng x, 7 point something. Greater than 7. Yan. Pero, mali ang lumabas eh. Ang lumabas, 4.8. Na parang tinuturo ka sa tamang direksyon. Pag ginamit mo tong buong equation na to, ituturo sa iyo yung tamang direksyon. Oops, wag ka dyan mag-cut. Dito ka. Andi dito yung maximum mo na slope. Maximum deflection mo. Or zero na slope. Pero kasi kanina dahil sa slope at b tsaka c, na-identify talaga natin na nandito siya. Pero kung hindi mo agad ma-identify yon, pwede mong gamitin yung buong equation na try to solve the value of x, slope equal to 0. Tapos itatama ka niya kung nasaan yung value mo ng x nakalagay. Tatama ka niya. Pag nag-shift solve ka lagi, class, ganito pag mag-shift solve ha, kasi naka-cubic yan eh. Long value ng x ang makikita mo dyan. Kapag nag-shift solve ka, i-set mo lagi, di ba? Pag nag-shift solve tayo. Yan. Pag nag-shift solve tayo, x is equal to, yan. Bawa yan. 2 plus 1. Yan. Shift solve. Di ba tatanungin ka lagi, what is the value of x? Ano ina-expect mo na value ng x? So, syempre, para hindi mahirapan si Calcu, ilapit mo lagi sa ina-expect mo na answer. Ganyan, para mabilis siya mag-calculate. So, katulad dito, so ano ba yung ina-expect mo na answer? Kasi possible maglabas yan ng negative na answer, sobrang laking answer. So, ilagay mo lang yung within the length of your beam. Okay? Within the length of the beam ang lalagay lang. So, dito, dahil kinuha mo lahat yung terms, lahat ng terms ginamit mo, it will give you an incorrect answer. Ayan. So, okay? Incorrect yan. So, ang gawin mo, i-resolve mo yung value ng x gamit ng tama na equation. Ang ginamit na lang natin is, tinanggal natin to, tanggal din natin to, ito na lang. So, wherein, we are expecting that x is greater than 4. Kasi dito sinabi sa atin, may hint tayo na x pala dapat is within the range of 4 meters. Greater than 4 meters. May kanina nagbigay din ng hint, no? Yung slope at b tsaka slope at c. So, nagamit din natin yun. So, yan. Tama na yung mas solve mo dyan kasi yung x, kung if we are going to look at these equations, we cut this at this point, no? We actually use this cutting section. So, hindi natin kinonsider yung concentrated, ano na to, moment, concentrated moment na yan. And itong upward, may upward load yan eh. So, yun. Diba? Tayo umabot doon sa concentrated moment na yan. At ito lang ang naging equation natin. Sige, kung sasolve mo yung x dyan, yan ang lalabas. So the maximum deflection is located, or the zero slope is located at 4.027. Okay? Kung isolve mo yung slope dyan, 0 yan. Okay. So this is now the correct location of the maximum deflection. Okay. So pwede na nating ma-solve yung maximum deflection. So substitute lang natin, deflection equation, lagay mo yung 4.027 na na-solve mo. Pero again, hindi pwedeng isama. Actually, dapat dito na lang natin sinubstitute. Mali. Slope equation pala to. Deflection equation mo siya isa-substitute Okay, ginamit lang natin si slope equation to locate the maximum deflection. Ito bawal sama to kasi kasi magne-negative to. Ito rin bawal isama. Holding the maximum deflection, it should be greater than the deflection at B, no? Kasi mas mataas mas mababa to eh, no? I mean, yung pinaka-lowest point of your beam. So, dapat, ang sagot mo dito, mas mataas doon sa point B. Nang bahagya kasi maglalapit lang sila eh. Yung point B mo, 4 meters. Maximum deflection mo, 4.027. Tingnan natin kung magkalapit lang sila. Answer here is 658. Okay, 658. Let's see kung ano yung answer natin. Okay, so 658, no? 658. Let's see kung ano yung answer natin doon sa B. Place sa point B natin. Okay. Di ba? Magkalapit lang. 658.542. Dito, 658.582. Malaki ng konti ito. Kasi magkalapit lang naman yung distance nila eh. 4 meters and 4.02 meters. Okay, so that is your deflection at point B. 13 divided by the EI, that is 13.177 millimeters. Nasagot na rin natin yung location of the maximum deflection, which are questions dito, no? So, yan. What is the maximum deflection? The location of the maximum deflection from the left support. Okay, so, yun. Let's proceed. So, kung i-drawing natin yung elastic curve niya, parang ganito siya, no? So, mas mataas, mas malaki yung deflection dito. Then, positive slope yan dyan. A negative slope. Yeah. Okay. So, dapat pag pinasolve yung slope at point A, ang sagot mo dito, let's say, dapat ang sagot dito sa slope at A is negative slope din at clockwise. Okay, so if you solve the slope at A, halimbawa, tinanong, find the slope at A, dapat ang lumabas dito is negative din. Okay, let's see nga kung slope at A is a negative value. Okay, so, okay, nasaan yung slope equation natin? Slope at A, solve natin. At A, slope is 0. Sorry, at A, x is 0. 0 to. So, tanggal na to, no? Tanggal. Kasi magne-negative siya eh. Bawal yan eh. Negative. So, 0 rin to. So, di ba? Slope at A is negative 249 kilonewton square meter. Actually, yung C1 pala natin is already the slope at A. Solve mo naman yung slope at D. No? Slope at D. So, substitute mo lang 8 meters. 8 meters yan para makuha yung slope at D. Dapat makuha mo doon a positive value. No? Kasi pag ganito na siya. Positive value dapat ang makuha mo dyan. Right? Yun yung ating elastic curve. Sinulat ko pala dito yung okay. This is the so this one is your theta. Sorry. This one is your theta at B. Theta B. This is your theta at C. Slope at C. And this is your maximum deflection. Wherein slope is 0. Solving the deflection at any point of your beam will give you an accurate elastic curve. No? Kasi kanina, sa derivation of formulas and then drawing the elastic curves, approximate lang yun, class. No? But, if you know now the slope deflection equation, you can draw yung proper na elastic curve. Yeah. deflected shape of the beam. Okay, so yeah, that's it, no? For the first problem. Okay, so next problem natin, class, is a non-prismatic beam. Okay, non-prismatic beam. Pag sinabing non-prismatic, so the cross-section of the beam changes. Nagbabago-bago yung cross-section niya sa buong entire span ng ating beam. Okay. So for non-prismatic beam, how do we solve that? Since the elastic beam theory is derived with an assumption of the beam is homogeneous or pare-parehas yung kanyang cross-section on the entire length, or tawag natin prismatic, no? Constant yung EI, and a beam with non-prismatic section must be cut at the point where the flexural rigidity changes. So kung saan nagbabago yung cross-section niya, kasi cross-section will affect the I, moment of inertia. Okay, so dapat ikakat natin yung beam doon kung saan magbabago yung moment of inertia. However, the elastic curve is still, okay, is still considered to be continuous. Thus, the slope and deflection at that point where EI changes must be the same at any side of the cut. Okay? So, halimbawa, ito, may EI1, kasi mas malaki yung cross-section dito, ito yung ating flexural GDT2. So, continuous pa rin yung elastic curve niya. However, pag gagawa tayo ng dalawa nang gagawin natin na moment function. Isa para dito sa cutting section na to, at isa para sa ikakat natin na B to C. Dalawa yung moment function, dalawa yung slope equation, dalawa din yung ating deflection equation. However, at point B, parehas lang dapat kung ano yung deflection ng segment A to B, sa point B, same din ang deflection segment B to C. At so, ayan ang consider natin. Theta B at YB. So, magkakaroon tayo ng additional class na steps. Kanina, ito lang yung steps natin. Okay, ano-ano yung mga steps natin? So, number 1, step 2, slope equation, step 4, boundary condition. So, fourth to. Fourth. Okay. And then, after 5, solve C1 and C2. Then, step 6, ano na yun? Yun lang. Step 5. No? However, for non-prismatic beam, so magkakaroon tayo ng additional na step. Okay? So, ano yung additional step na yun? Okay? So, ang additional step natin is actually the continuity equation. Okay? For continuity equation, so yung slope at B ng segment AB, kasi nga dalawa yung gagawin nating slope function. Yung slope at B of segment AB is also equal to the slope at B for the slope function ng BC. Aside from that, yung deflection at B gamit ng equation ng AB is also equal to the deflection at B gamit ng equation ng BC. Kasi magkaiba nga yung equation ng AB tsaka BC. If we have non-prismatic na beam. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. So let's consider the non-prismatic beam loaded as shown below. The flexural rigidity of the beam AE is 2EI. Mas malaki siya ng 2 beses compared sa flexural rigidity of beam CE. So, using double integration method, determine the slope at B, deflection at B, slope at C, deflection at C, slope at D, and deflection at B. So, first thing to do is to solve the reaction sa supports. Hindi naman nakaka-affect yung EI class, no, yung flexural rigidity sa pag-solve ng reaction sa supports. So hindi siya magbabago, guys. No, yan pa rin yung magiging reactions natin. So, kung paano tayo nagsosolve ng reaction ng homogeneous or prismatic beam, same pa rin ang ginagawa natin dito. Let's solve the reaction. So, we have x times, this is times 10, minus 40. Okay, minus 40 minus, okay, uniform. Hatiin ko siya sa dalawa. No? Ang uniform load na hanggang dulo na is triangular load. So, kung ano yan, 15 na lang ang tira dito, no? 10 kilonewton per meter. So, 40 times, this is 8 meters, minus 5 times 6 times 3, minus triangular load, 1/2 ng base times height times 1/3 ng 3. 0. I'm solving the reaction at A. Yan kaya yun, 100 siguro. 43.25, di ba? Tapos para makuha mo naman yung reaction at T, moment ka sa A. So, 49.25 makukuha mo dyan, guys. No? So, paki-check na lang, no, if that is correct. Anyway, correct naman yan. Then, pag nag-moment ka sa A, ha, kuha mo yung reaction at E. Then, to check if that is correct, some forces vertical. Okay? Now, you have to isolate this or cut this section. Okay? Ika-cut natin yan into 2 segments. Okay? Ika-cut natin yan into 2 segments. Okay? Cut na agad natin yan immediately. However, this is a continuous beam. Ibig sabihin, pagka kinat mo to guys, dapat may lalabas dyan na internal forces. Mayroon dyan internal moment, may internal shear. Okay? So now, let's solve. Okay? Those internal forces. Kasi kailangan natin yan later. Okay? So, kinat natin eh. So, summing forces vertical. May shear na lalabas dito guys. Ito muna tayo, no? May shear na lalabas dyan, but we don't know the direction. Pero this is very obvious, no, kung ano magiging direction niya. Considering this left segment. Okay. Very obvious kung ano magiging direction niya. Kasi, mayroon kang upward na 43.25. By summing forces vertical, kulang si 40. So, ilan yung kulang mo dyan? 3.25. Dapat equilibrium kasi yan pagkakinat mo. Kasi continuous yan. May internal force yan dyan. Aside from that, may moment din. Actually, may axial pa nalalabas dyan, you know? Pero hindi na natin siya kailangan, yung axial force. Kailangan lang natin dito yung mga shear force tsaka moment. Aside from that, we also have a bending moment. So, paano ko nalaman na ganito yung direction dyan? So, let's say mag-moment ka sa point na to. Okay? Summing moment at A is equal to 0. Clockwise is positive. Diba? 40 clockwise. 30.25 clockwise din. So, ano ko kontra sa kanya? Moment dito. 'Di ba? Counterclockwise. Kaya nalaman ko na counterclockwise yung direction ng moment na yan. So, anong value niyan? Okay, so let's solve yung magiging value ng moment na yan. So, okay, so 40. 40 times 2 plus 3.25 times 2. Okay, minus. Kontrahin na ito no? Kontrahin ng unknown moment na yan, equal to 0. Okay. So, yan, 86.5. Oh, but 93? 40 times 2. 3.25 times 4 pala, sorry. Times 4. Yan, so we have 93 kilonewton meters. 92 kilonewton. So kung ano yung internal force dyan sa point na yan, dapat yun din yung internal force dito. But they have different direction. If this is counterclockwise, so if this is upward, this internal force here must be, if this is downward, the internal force on the other side must be upward. If this is counterclockwise, this should be a clockwise moment. Okay? Kasi para pag nagdikit sila, makakancel lang yung values na yan. Okay? So solve natin yung internal forces muna. Ano? Bago tayo mag-proceed doon sa moment function, we're at moment function and the slope equation, then deflection equation. So now, dito muna tayo sa segment na to. Okay, establish the moment function. So we have two segment here. Says dalawang beses lang nagbago yung load. So we have AB and BC. Doon tayo mag-cut sa BC. Okay, wala naman tayong uniform load dito na need i-extend. So sila-sila lang. So sa cutting section na yan. So that should be a distance x. Okay, so let's create the moment function. So 43.25 times x. And then counterclockwise, negative 40 times, anong distance nito? So this is x minus 2. Okay, so okay na tayo sa moment function niya. Dito naman tayo sa kabila. Sorry, dire-diretso natin. Simplify. Take note class that the moment function is equal to EI y double prime. EI y double prime. So, yung EI natin dito sa left equation natin is actually 2EI. Yung value ng EI niya nilalagay na natin, no? So, 'di ba, this is 2EI, ito EI yung kanyang flexural rigidity. Tignan natin yung value ng flexural rigidity niya. Okay. Saan na yun? Given to eh, given. Ayan, given nga siya. So, your EI at AB is 2EI kasi mas malaki siya. So, your CE naman is only EI. Sinubstitute lang natin class yung value ng EI. Equal daw siya sa 2EI. Okay. So, your moment function is equal to EI double prime and the value of EI is 2EI. Wala tayong specific value ng EI, no? Sabi lang, this is 2EI and this is EI. Pwede rin yan sabihin dyan, your value of EI here is 100,000 kilonewton meter squared. Ito naman, 50,000 kilonewton meter squared. Pwede ganyan. So, pero hindi tayo binigyan ng exact value, no? Binigyan lang tayo ng factor. This one is 2EI. 2EI daw ito. Ito EI. So, walang exact value. Unlike sa previous problem, may exact value na binanggit. Okay? So, yan, meron na tayong okay. Dito naman tayo sa kabila. Okay? So, ito na yung magiging start natin ng x. So, for the right segment natin, so dito na yung reference ng x natin, x distance. And this will be our cutting section, the part na to. And this will be our distance x. Fortunately, yung ating, kasi hatiin natin to sa uniform load eh. Yung uniform load naman natin, tinamaan, dire-diretso siya. And we have the triangular load, tinamaan naman ng cutting section. If not, you have to extend it. Okay? You have to extend those cutting sections. Those load, no? I-extend mo yung load. Halimbawa, ganito nga yung ating given. Okay? Ganito yung given natin. Ganyan, ganyan. Yan. May triangular, tsaka uniform load. Syempre, meron kang tatlong segment dyan. Ganito yung beam natin. Tapos ito pa yung dulo. Concentrated load ka dyan. Dito ka magka-cut niyan. You have to extend this load. Yan. Yan. You have to extend this load hanggang dito. Ito yung cutting section mo. Okay, dapat tatamaan yung triangular. So, yan na. Tinamaan na. Triangular load. Then, uniform load. Then, kung nag-extend ka dyan, meron din sa baba. Pero upward load naman siya. Right. So, that is applicable no if you have the loads na putol or hindi siya hanggang doon sa dulong segment. Fortunately, dito naman hanggang dulo. We have two segment here. The first segment is just uniform load. Then the other segment naman, dyan na nag-start yung triangular load. Okay, so for moment function, let's establish moment function. Magmo-moment tayo dito sa cutting section. Consider natin na to. Kasi may moment na siya dito. Dito, hindi natin siya nakita sa segment na to. Yung mga load na to. Kasi hanggang dito lang tayo sa cutting section. Hindi tayo sumagad doon. Okay, just before the end of your beam. Yun yung cutting section mo. Ito kasama na to sa pag-establish ng moment function. Unahin na muna natin si concentrated load, 3.25 distance x. And then a concentrated moment, clockwise is positive moment. But do not forget to include the distance. That is a distance x. However, it is just raised to 0. Then, the uniform distributed load, 5 times x. 5 times x over 2. 5 times x, that is the resultant, times x over 2 is the distance of the resultant of the load. So, kaya naging ganito yan. Okay? Next, yung triangular load. Ito lang yung moment natin, Height nito is 15 kilonewton per meter. I-moment natin yung resultant niya papunta dito sa ating section. Ano ba yung resultant nito? So, resultant, ang length nito, class, is x minus 3, di ba? X minus 3. So, resultant muna para hindi mahirap. 1/2 base natin, x minus 3. Height is 15. Resultant. Distance, 1/3. Okay. 1/3 ng 1/3 ng x minus 3. 1/3 of x minus 3. Ayan. So, wait, di pala 15 yung height niyan. Sorry. Sa cutting section na to, hindi, ito yung 15. Ito yung 15. Pero ito, yung sa cutting section na yan, class, nagva-vary kasi yan eh. Kung pag nandito yung cutting section mo, iba yung value niya pag nandito. Kasi movable yung distance x natin, Okay? So, hindi pala yan 15 yung height na yan. Yung height natin is just y. Y distance. Y. Now, if this is your x, this is your x minus 3 to, di ba? X minus 3. So, you have to solve the value of y in terms of x. Okay? By ratio and proportion, so we have y over x minus 3 is proportion siya sa 15 over 3. Over 3. Ratio and proportion lang tayo. So, meaning, you have y is equal to 15 over 3 times x minus 3. Okay, yun na yung value ng y natin. Okay, now, i-moment na natin yung resultant nito. Okay, papunta dito sa cutting section. So, that is, of course, negative yan kasi counterclockwise. So, negative 1/2 ng base natin, x minus 3. Yung height natin is y. 1/2 base times height times 1/3 ng base. Magmo-moment tayo sa cutting section. Base natin is x minus 3. Okay. Then yung y natin, ito. Y natin, ito, no? So, meron kang tatlong x minus 3 dyan. Multiply yan. So, ano na yung x minus 3 mo? Okay. So, x minus 3, naka-cube na siya. Okay. Then, meron kang 15 over 3 times 1/2 times 1/3. So, ilan yun? Okay. So, 1/2 or 0.5 times 15 over 3 times 1/3. 1/3. So, 5 over 6. 5 over 6. So, meaning, meron ka ditong 5 over 6. Due to this triangular load, you have 5 over 6 times x minus 3 cube. Again, yung y mo baka gawin mo siyang 15, yung height ng triangular load na to. Hindi, kasi gumagalaw-galaw tong cutting section mo na to. You should use ratio and proportion to get the height of this y. Okay. So yun, ito na yung moment function natin. Apat lang naman na load yan. Isang concentrated load, isang concentrated moment, uniformly distributed load. Ito yun, rectangular load. Okay, and then the triangular load. So, na-establish na natin yung ating moment function. And moment function natin is equal to EI y double prime, wherein yung value ng EI natin is still EI for this segment CE, unlike dito sa segment AB or A to C. So, that is 2EI. So, ito lang yung nagkaiba class kapag meron tayong non-prismatic na beam, magkaiba yung kanilang moment function. Okay? Ihiwalay mo sila kasi magkaiba yung value ng EI nila. Because the double integration method was derived from prismatic beam lamang. Okay, next. Perform first integration to get the slope equation. Okay, so gamitin natin first integration natin. Integrate natin to guys. So, of course, squared lang to. Squared over 2. And this one, squared over 2. Of course, do not forget the constant of the first integration. Simplify lang natin to para may whole number tayo ulit. 43.25 over 2. Number na siya. And then, 20. Ito. Ganun din gawin natin sa kabila. Get the first integration. Perform the first integration. So, magiging x squared over 2 is 1. X raised to 1. And ito cube over 3 is 1 raised to 4 over 4. Simplify lang natin. Don't forget the constant of integration natin dito. May constant din siya sarili. C3. Pangalanan natin C3 kasi yung C2 para sa ano natin, sa second integration ng segment A to C. Yun yung C2 natin. And then yung C2 natin dito is C4. May C4 din to. So meron tayong apat na constant of integration kasi may magka-separate tayo na moment functions. Magkaiba yung moment functions nila, magkaiba yung constant of integrations nila. Okay, so pangalanan nating C3 ito. So simplify natin. Okay, para whole number, 3.25 over 2 is 13 over 8. Yan. This will be 5 over 6. This will be 5 over 24 plus C3. Okay, next. Meron na tayong first integration. Next, second integration tayo, class. So, from this, magiging x cubed over 3, x squared over 2, x cubed over 3 plus C1, x plus C2. Dito naman sa side na to. Simplify muna natin. Ayan. Over 24 na to. So, 20 over 3. Ayan. This one, 13 over 8, x cubed over 3. Ito, 9, x squared over 2. This one, x raised to 4 over 4. 1x raised to 5. X minus 3 raised to 5 over 5 plus C3x. In-integrate natin. Diba? Dapat magkaroon na siya ng variable. Okay? Kasi ito, x raised to 0 pa lang to eh. Magiging x raised to 1 na. Of course, plus the constant of integration. C4. Meron tayong apat na unknown ha. Apat na unknown to. C1, C2, C3, C4. So you are expected to generate, okay, two conditions. So una, yung boundary conditions. Kung ilan yung support mo, yun yung number of boundary conditions mo. So dito class, simplify muna natin to. 13 over 24, 93 over 2, 5 over 24, 5, 1 over 24 na lang. Cancel yung 5. Okay. So determine the boundary conditions. Solve. And solve C1 to C4. Okay. So ito na yung ating functions. So dito, isa lang yung boundary natin. Ito, isa lang yung conditions natin dito eh. And isa lang yung support dito sa left segment, sa A to C. Isa lang. Isa lang yung nakikita natin support. So, meron lang tayong boundary condition at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Deflection is equal to 0. So, solve natin. Y is 0. Substitute. Dito naman, at x is equal to 6, 6 meters. So, dito yung reference natin, no, nung 0 na x. Magkaiba yung reference natin. Baka kasi may magawa nyo na this is already x is equal to 4 na ba to, sir? At point C, x equal to 4. Hindi, no? Magkaiba sila ng definitions ng x, ha? Iba yung starts nila ng references or reference. So, sa other side naman of the segment, x is equal to 6 natin, deflection is 0. Okay, isa-isayin natin. Dito muna tayo. At x is equal to 0, 0 mo lang. 0, 0. Again, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng negative sa loob ng inyong pointed bracket. Okay. So, dito is 0. 0 na yan. Dito is 0. Dito naman, at x is equal to 6. Yan. So, lahat yan magagamit mo. 6, 6, 6. 6 minus 3 is positive. 6, 6. Wala na pala. So, C4, may value siya. Okay. So, 0 na yung ating y dito. Deflection is 0. X is equal to 6 kasi support yan, di ba? Ang support, walang deflection yan. Okay? So, ayan. Dalawa yung unknown mo dito. Okay. Simplify mo lang to ha. Wala ka pang masasolve dito. Itong constant mo guys, yan. Ilipat mo sa left side of the equation. So, ganito mangyayari. 6C3 plus C4 and then this constant, lipat mo doon sa other side of the equation. So you have 2 unknown and 1 equation. Okay. So C3 plus C4. Wala kang masolve na C4 dito ha kasi unknown pa yung C3. Equation number 1. Okay. So, dalawa lang yung boundary condition na magagamit natin. Kasi dalawa lang naman yung support nito eh. However, you have 4 unknowns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you need another 2 conditions. Saan manggagaling yun? Kasi aside from boundary conditions, yan lang ang makuha mo dyan. Hindi mo pa na-solve lahat. C2 lang yung na-solve mo eh. Wala ka pang C1, wala ka pang C3, wala ka pang C4. Saan manggagaling yun? So, doon na sa continuity equation. Okay? For continuity equation, so, kailangan kung saan natin kinat, dapat same yung slope doon, same din yung deflection. I-equate natin. So, paano gamitin yan? Balik tayo dito. Continuity equation number 1. Slope at C is equal to slope at C. So, isolve natin yung slope at C dito. So, yun, slope equation. Diba? At distance C, x is equal to, okay, yan na, in ABC is equal to the slope in CDE. At point C, dito man tayo sa left, no? At point C, x is equal to 4. Considering dito. Okay, so substitute natin. Pero dito sa kabila, at point C, x is equal to 0. Yan. Again, sa left side, tawag dito is continuity equation, no? Another step to, kasi mas marami na yung unknown kapag magkaiba yung flexural rigidity. So, okay. So, at x is equal to 4, substitute natin dito sa slope kasi continuity equation, slope tayo. Slope. So, slope at C, x is equal to 4. Substitute mo dito, 4, 4, 4. Wala pa tayong value ng C1. Okay? So, YC. Slope at C. So, nasolve natin yung slope at C. So, slope at C is equal to, so, simplify mo lang to guys. Slope at C is 2, ang answer dito is 266 plus C1. May meron ka ditong 2EI. Kailangan kasi YC lang ang nandito. Kasi equate natin yan dito sa other side. Okay, this is 266 ah. So magtaka kayo saan galing yung 266. So that is 173. 173 over 8 times 4 squared minus 20 times 4 minus 2 or 2 squared. So that is 266. So plus C1. So solve yung YC. Y prime C. Slope at C. No? Okay, next. Dito naman tayo sa kabila. So, at point C, x is equal to 0. So again, sa right side kasi, point C ay nasa 0 ng x. So, substitute lang natin. Okay? So, at point C, x is equal to 0, 0, 0, at hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng negative dito. So, 0 na to, 0 na to, 0 na to, 0 na rin ito. So, C3 is, okay, over EI. Okay. Hindi 0 to ha, yung YC. So, C3 na lang natira dito. C3 na lang. Meron kang EI. Baka i-0 mo C3 is equal to 0. Hindi kasi i-equate natin tong dalawa. Kaya nga continuity equation, so i-equate natin silang dalawa. Yan na. Kung ano kasi yung slope mo at CDE, equal lang din sa slope at ABC na slope equation. I-equate natin yung dalawa. Yan. So cancel yung EI. Cancel yung EI. May matitira na 2 dito. Okay. Solving for, actually wala tayong masasolve pala dito. Kasi magagawa lang natin is an equation. Okay, so, di ba, may over 2 yan dito. Ganito yung equation mo dyan eh. 266 plus C1 all over 2. Cancel na yung EI is equal to C3. So, punta dito si C2. So, meron kang 2C3. C1, 266 plus C1. O, lipat mo na lang dito si C3. Lipat si constant sa kabila. So, meron kang C1 minus 2C3 minus 266. So, may dalawa kang unknown dito. C2 and C1 and C3. So, equation number 2. Okay? So, this is our first continuity equation. Dalawa lagi yung continuity dito. Kasi same yung slope at saka deflection. Okay? So, next natin na continuity equation is the equation, continuity equation number 2. Okay? Yung deflection at ABC is also equal to the deflection at CD. Okay? So, deflection equation naman to. Deflection equation. At point C. At point C to, di ba? At point C is, nasaan nga yung point C? Sa left? Okay. Di ba yung point C natin ay nasa distance 4 meters? Diba? Sa right naman, sa right na segment, yung point C natin at x of 0 meters. Okay, so gamitin natin yung deflection equation wherein we will substitute 4 meters for 4. Bawal ito gamitin, guys. Deflection equation na tayo. At we know that C2 pala is 0. Nasolve na natin to kanina eh. C2 is 0. Ito yan. Yan. Gamit nung boundary condition. We were able to solve that C2 is equal to 0. So, ayan. Using continuity equation number 2, deflection equal to deflection. So, cancel to Hindi pwede yan. Kasi, sorry, positive pala yan. Positive pala yan. So, simplify lang natin to. Ayan. Pag sinimplify mo yan, so we have 173 over 173 over 24 4 cube minus 20 over 3 times 4 minus 2 cube. Yan. 408. Tama ba? Yan. 408 plus 4C1. Meron ka ditong YC. Ibaba mo lang C2. Okay. So, ayan na siya. Si YC, sunod mo. I-equate mo kasi yung YC sa kabila naman. Okay. You use the deflection equation, Y, at point C. At point C here, X is equal to 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, cancel lahat. Tira na lang si C4. So, EIY, cancel lahat yan eh. Is equal to Z4. Z4. Pag-equate lang natin yung dalawang deflection. Kasi equal lang sila. Okay? So, ito siya. So, 408 plus 4YC over 2, then C4 over EI. Cancel yung EI. Cancel yung EI. Si C2 pupunta dito. Simplify lang natin. C2 pupunta sa C4. So, meron kang 4C1 minus 2C4 equals to negative 408. Ayan. So, this is your equation number 3. Ang unknown natin, class, ito yung equation number 1 natin. Kanina, na-generate natin. Meron tayong tatlong unknown actually. We have C1, C2, hindi na siya unknown, C3, and C4. C1, C3, C4. So we have 3 equation, 3 unknowns. Pwede mo nang gamitin yung calcu mo. 3 equation, 3 unknowns. Gamitin natin yung mode. Okay, mode 5, 3 unknown, that is 2. Okay, so C1 ilagay natin si A, si C3 sa B, si C4 sa C. Okay, ito walang C1. Ang C3 lang. Hindi pa tayo dito. 0. 0. Okay. 0. And then 6. 1. Negative 1510.875. 1. C1 is 1. C2, negative 2. 0. Negative 2, 6, 6. Ito 4. Ito 0. Negative 2. And negative 408. I hope marunong kayo na gumamit nito, no? 3 equation, 3 unknowns. So, meron ka ng value ng C1 to 3, C4. So, complete na ngayon, class. Okay. So, from this one, na unknown pa yung C1. So, ito na siya ngayon. Okay. So, from this one, na unknown pa yung C1 and C2. Ito muna tayo. Okay. Unknown na rin yung C3 dito. Okay. And then, deflection equation ng ABC. Known na yung C2 and C1. From this, ito na siya ngayon. C2 is 0, no? And then, TDE. Ayan. So, alam mo na yung C3 tsaka C4. Alright. So, pwede ka na mag-solve ng mga unknown, yung mga question kanina. Okay. Ang nadagdag sa atin dito yung continuity equation. So, yun yung magpapahaba lang ng solution natin. And then, ayun. Mahaba talaga yung solution ng double integration. So, we are asked to solve for the slope at B, deflection at B. Madali na lang yan. Of course, kung B yung hinahanap, edi segment ABC yung gamitin natin. So, for slope at B, deflection at B, okay. So, B is part of ABC. So, we're in X is equal to 2. So, substitute lang natin yung X is equal to 2. So, 2, 2, yan, 502. Y, slope at B is, ayan, may 2 ka pa dito ha, may 2 ka pa dyan. Kasi, EI at segment ABC is 2EI. 2EI. So, yung final answer is negative 208,038. Okay. Ang unit nito class, ang slope natin, ano nga unit ng slope? Kapag wala tayong value pa ng EI, kilonewton square meter. Slope, no? Nang wala pang EI. Kasi ito, ang EI natin is kilonewton per square meter din. Wala namang binigay na exact value niya. Okay. Deflection. So, ito naman sa deflection. So, at x is equal to 2, substitute, 2. Ito rin dito. So, ito yung makukuha mo dyan. Ang unit na ito, kilonewton cubic meter over EI. Ang EI mo is kilonewton meter squared. Walang binigay na specific answer. Negative means downward deflection. Negative slope means clockwise. Kasi obvious naman, na pa-clockwise pa siya dyan. Pababa pa yung deformation dyan. For question C and D, what is the slope at C? What is the deflection at C? So dito, C is part of ABC. Diba? C is also part of CDE. So it's up to you kung anong gagamitin mo dyan. So you can use either of the two kasi yung point C, parehas naman siyang part ng ating either of the equation. So if I were you, I will just use yung x is equal to 0 wherein nasa second segment. Okay. Okay. The second segment natin siya. Ilagay kasi yung C is 0. Para pag nag-0 to, ano ba sinasolve natin? Slope pala, slope. 0, 0, 0, 0. Di ba pag nag-0 yan, negative to? Negative 3. So ito na lang yun. Ito na lang matitira. Okay? So 118. Slope at C. 118 over EI. Deflection at C. Ganun din. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Ito na lang matitira. 801. 801 na lang. Over EI. Okay, so deflection at C, slope at C. Finally, okay, D naman sa D. Obviously, yung D natin is part of CDE. So, segment CDE tayo. X is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 dyan, no ba? Sa D. So, 3. 3. 3. Slope muna tayo. Slope. So, 3, 3, 3. Ito, 0 na rin to. Huwag na natin isama. Ito na lang siya. Slope at D. Positive na siya. Positive slope. Next, deflection at D. 3, 3, 3. Ito, 0 na to. O, ito lang matatanggal. 0 na rin to. Yan. Tapos, calculate mo siya over EI. So, these are the correct answers. So, double integration method. Summary of answers. Okay, so that's how we use no yung double integration method in solving for the deflections and rotation.